Good morning and welcome to the preview show from RamsTV, with you a couple of hours earlier than normal this first Saturday of the new year. That's because Derby County's trip to Fleetwood Town is the lunchtime kickoff in League One today, one of just 5 games in the division this afternoon. Here they are. It's a reduced schedule due to this being FA Cup third round weekend. After Derby's game at lunchtime, 4 games get underway at 3 o'clock. Most have more to do with the lower reaches of the table than the top, with the exception of Portsmouth's trip to Cheltenham, which sees the leaders visit the side's second bottom of League One. Exeter against Carlisle will really be important in the relegation fight. Those sides both in the bottom 4. As are today's opponents for the Rams, Fleetwood Town. We'll talk about them a little later in the programme. But Derby first, the Rams on a great run of form, winning 3 out of 4 over Christmas, but losing to Peterborough on New Year's Day at Pride Park Stadium. It means James Collins isn't properly satisfied.
I think if before the games, if you said we'd get 9 points out of 12, I think you'd have said yeah. But I think with the run we were on, how we were playing, being 2-1 up in the game, it's obviously a bit more disappointing. And obviously losing against Peterborough, who we're competing against to get promoted, it's tough. But if I'm being totally honest, I probably thought Peterborough deserved to draw at least, because they were decent, weren't they? They were probably one of the better sides we played this year. They were young, athletic. They had some good chances as well. So I think losing it at the death always hurts. But I think if you look back at the end of the season, I think it was a good period over Christmas.
Yeah, I know it can always be difficult to sort of look past the most recent result, but if you do that, 8 wins out of your last 10 games, you made great progress over the last couple of months. How different do you all feel about the promotion prospects now?
Well, I think when you go on a run like that, it always breeds confidence. I think when you keep going and you keep winning, and I think it does give lads a bit of a boost. And obviously breaking into that top 6 now and breaking into the top 4, having a chance of breaking into the top 2 with games in hand and stuff, you start thinking, go on then, you know what I mean? But we had a little setback against Peterborough, but I don't think it's major. If you want to get promoted, you're not going to win every game. You can have setbacks, and it's how you bounce back and show a bit of character. And we're certainly going to need to show a bit of character on Saturday because they've just got a new manager. It's not a very nice place to go. It'll be windy, it'll be tight. And then they'll have a fresh start to show their new manager what we can do. So we'll see what the lads' character are like on Saturday.
It's also about confidence building there. Do you still feel that confidence, or does it all go away with one defeat?
No, 100% not. You've got to look back at how we performed prior to that game, and we actually played quite well against Peterborough. I thought it was a good game. If you were a neutral watching the game on TV, I think it was a good advert for League One. 2 good teams going at it. But no, you don't lose confidence just from one defeat. I think you've got to take a step back and look at the Christmas period and the games before that. We played some good stuff and we beat some good teams. So I don't think the lads will be too downbeat.
And I know you mentioned Fleetwood briefly already. How wary are you always of a new manager bounce? I guess you've been in that situation.
Yeah, loads of times. Yeah, it can be a tricky one. Especially that they've been on a really bad run. They've had a couple of managers already, so a new one comes in. They're thinking like, we've got Derby at the weekend. It's a free hit, because even if we beat them, it's like, well, we've got a new manager. We need time and stuff like that. But you can go the other way. They'll be thinking, right, we'll have a right go at these new managers' ideas, and it's obviously you've been Fleetwood before. It's tight pitch. Weather probably won't be great. So I think they'll fancy themselves, but like you said earlier in the interview, it's about how we perform and show our character, and can we bounce back. And if you do want to get promoted, you have to go to these horrible places and win. As we found out last year, we battled them last year, and we was like 25 shots, as when we ended up drawing 0-0, which that could have been the point that cost us the playoffs. So it's going to be a tough game, but I think we just need to concentrate on ourselves and try and get the victory.
Derby striker James Collins there. Should mention there are now only 7 players in League One with more league goals than him so far this season. We'll hear from Derby boss Paul Warne a little later in the programme. He's locking horns with his 3rd Fleetwood manager in as many games so far this season, which sort of tells you everything you need to know about their campaign so far. Well, Fleetwood slipped to the foot of the League One table with Monday's defeat at Shrewsbury. It was the first match in charge for new head coach Charlie Adam, the former Blackpool midfielder who was only appointed a day before. He replaced Lee Johnson, who was sacked after just 3 months and 22 matches in charge. Johnson had only arrived in September after Scott Brown was dismissed following a slow start that saw Fleetwood pick up just 1 point from their opening 6 games. So now it's up to Charlie Adam to try and get Fleetwood out of trouble. They've been in League One for a decade now. Things didn't start well for him with that 3-1 defeat on New Year's Day.
Unfortunately for me, the result wasn't what we wanted to. But again, the experience I had at Burnley, the under-21s, it felt natural, it felt good. But the big thing is, it was 3 points on the line. It was, you're out there, you know, trying to win for the club, for yourself, for the supporters. And unfortunately for us, we never done that. But again, a lot of good signs, the back end of the game that we can take positives from and try to build on for Derby County.
Like you mentioned, going back to your Shrewsbury interview, you mentioned from the 90 minutes that you saw, there's a lot of positive signs in terms of the attacking and defending. So how have you seen those develop on the training ground today?
Well, again, we have to get on the training pitch and develop that and get it onto a more consistent basis, regular within the game. And if we do that, then it gives us a platform, gives us an opportunity to win football matches, because, again, that's what it's all about. We have to win football matches. And I'm here to try to improve the players individually, collectively, and what I see the game and what I want to do with the staff. And hopefully, you know, as the week go by, the team gets better and the individual players get better.
So another quote you mentioned of Shrewsbury, the working hard and playing hard, like essentially mimicking the town around them. Are you starting to see positive signs with that after 90 minutes and also in training?
There was positive signs when I walked in the building for the first time Sunday morning, and that's a positive already. There was people were coming. They want to. I want them to come enjoy coming to training and to work, and with a real smile on their face. That was a positive at the start. But again, then we had to take the hour that we had with them on the grass on Sunday. They took parts of that into the game on Monday. We only worked out of possession, and some of the bits in the back end of the game in possession was really good. So we'll have to get back on the pitch like we did today, and look forward to Derby, because that'll be another tough match for us.
And the most important thing is on Saturday looking for those next 3 points.
Yep, and again, Sky coming here, hopefully full house, Derby County, big club, and again, you know, it's going to be a tough challenge, but I believe that the next few days, working with the players, we'll be ready, we'll be prepared, and we'll give it a right good go, because it's a good pitch. And you know, like I said, I want this team to represent this town with pride, with passion, and with a lot of courage as well. And hopefully we can do that.
Charlie Adam there, who has got some work to do. Fleetwood 5 points from safety at the bottom of the League One table. Work to do for Derby as well, of course, in their pursuit of a place in the top 2. Maybe the January transfer window will provide some help for Paul Warne. The Derby head coach saw his side lose to Peterborough on New Year's Day, but he is looking big picture.
Yeah, really pleased. Disappointed against the Peterborough game, obviously, but yeah, really pleased. Thought we played well in games, had control in games. Although you only remembered for your last game, and we weren't as a group as good. We didn't have as much control. In fairness, though, Peterborough are very good. Sometimes I can come in here and do interviews and be as honest and candid as I can, and I don't want to, criticise the dressing room and leave people out to dry. and then sometimes the opposition is just very good. And I thought the opposition were very good, although collectively we weren't at our best as well. So that's disappointing. But fair play to Peterborough. I think they deserved their win over the course of the game. But it's just about us, going on another run. And I've said this loads of times, that you're not going to win every game you play in, but you try to. And we tried to beat Peterborough, but we weren't successful. So, but over the course of the Christmas period, I thought we looked really good. And against very good teams. It weren't like we'd been playing lesser teams, although every game's difficult. So yeah, came away from it pleased, but want to get back to winning ways very quickly.
Over the course of the 4 games, you got contributions from everyone. 8 different goal scorers. I made it. How pleased is that to hear?
Yeah, really good, because you can't rely on. Can't rely on one player. You need to share it out. You need to share the minutes out. You need to share the involvement out. You want the dressing room to feel all part of it, because I'm pretty long in the tooth now. It feels like 7 very long years. But I know what January brings. It brings a level of excitement external to the training ground. But it also brings agents into the party who work for their players, but start going, are you playing enough minutes? Are you really? And then you start getting all that agitation. So the more players you can make feel part through their hard work, by the way, not through charity. I wouldn't play someone just because I want to keep them sweet, but the better. And hopefully we have a group that want to stay together, and hopefully we can put something that add to it, but hopefully we have a group that are going to stay together. Because I said to the dressing room loads of times that it's not necessarily the best team, that best set of players that have success. It's the best chemistry of that group, and we try and pick a team to win every week, and hopefully we continue. So if there's 8 different goal scorers, great. And we just need to keep that squad momentum going, I think.
You've touched on it a little bit there, but let me ask you about January, because the transfer window is open, as you know. What are your aims for this month?
Cool, it's a good question. I normally, if I get asked by, no offence, but an external journalist, it's a different not a different answer, but seeing you're asking me, although everyone else will listen to it, my aims really are fundamentally to keep the team winning. And that sounds a bit weird. I know everyone gets giddy, but, and if we can improve the team, improve it, and if we can keep hold of our best players, keep hold of them. So it's 3-pronged, really. My daily job hasn't changed. I've still got to prepare the team, win games. That's the most important thing. And then trying to keep the group happy and content, but trying to keep the best players here, which isn't easy, as it isn't for any other team. Every other team in this transfer window has the same problems. And trying to improve it, which again isn't easy, because I think we're one of the better teams in the league. So to improve our team, you have to get someone else's best player out of their team, which their manager will be saying the same thing as me. So really it's 3-pronged, keep winning games fundamentally. Look, if we have exactly the same squad, no change, nothing changes at all, is it journalistically dull? Yeah. Is it, for me, dull? Not really. If we keep winning games, it's fine. It's just about winning games and getting promoted. But I need to keep the group together, and I would like to add. But, I'm asking for a trifecta of dreams there. I might get 2 of the 3 or 1 of the 3. But as long as 1 of the 3 is winning, then that's all that matters.
There is Derby boss Paul Warne. Here's the League One table. The Rams will leapfrog Peterborough up into 3rd if they win by 3 clear goals at Fleetwood today. Posh aren't playing, nor are Bolton, Oxford or Barnsley. The Rams are 7 points off top, 5 off 2nd. At the bottom, remember, Reading's record isn't reflected in their points total, so the bottom 4 could be in danger of being cut adrift. That makes Exeter's game with Carlisle today all the more important. So big day at the bottom, big day at the top as well of League One. It all starts at lunchtime with Fleetwood Town against Derby County. 12:30 kickoff, so RamsTV's Matchday Live is with you from the earlier time of midday. It's available to overseas viewers this afternoon, so get your Game Pass now at dcfc.co.uk. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.